Greetings, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation. We are live and in effect on the Sunday night, moments before the markets open. I report to you from behind this plastic microphonic device with all of my brains tied firmly in front of my cranium so that I can make it fair for myself so that I can be able to handle everything. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Hope everybody is doing well on this Sunday evening. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. We had a pretty bullish couple of days for silver as opposed to gold because gold went down and silver went up. But glad you guys are here. We're going to answer just a few comments first because, well, the markets, they open about 2 minutes later over on Kitco. They propagate themselves there. Now, Alan McNew likes all this video about comparing silver, gold, platinum, and palladium. He says, I love how this guy sounds like either a pirate or an old West 49er. All right, I don't think anybody knows what the 49ers sound like, the original ones anyway. They know what Colin Kaepernick sounds like, but that's another 49er. But other than that, there was no recording devices back then. Brad Lewis, good to see you. Welcome. Cemetery Shop is here. Silver Surfer Chick is here. Brian McDaniel. Bill 457, Jesus is King, JM Unleashed, Tom Larson, James Smith, Richard Metcalf. Good to see you guys. And Tony Erickson is here. All right. Very, very good. All right, let's see here. Whoa, is that really true, Tony, or are you just playing with us? Obama told Harris to step down. Oh, my goodness gracious. Good to see you guys. Glad you're here, Brad Lewis. And 66M is here, too. Rumor has it he got the new Trump round. I've not received mine yet, but yeah, that's cool. All right, let's see here. Gerald Draper says criminal spending by Congress, and indeed it really is. It should be criminal anyway. I guess they do legislate that spending, but still it's criminal that they're able to do it. The Federal Reserve Corps running the printer going burr, out of control, pocketing and spending as wasteful and unethical issues, and the priorities screwed with bad decisions by design. Go figure, indeed. It's a really built up to where it can be overwhelmed for sure, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're overwhelming the system. Cloward and Piven. It's happening everywhere. It's very apparent what's happening these days, and it all goes back to and includes, not only what's happening in communities like Springfield and other places, but also what's going on in the Federal Reserve. And Jeff Nelson says here, buy the dips, and that is a good idea. Although there haven't been many, times are crazy with everything going on at home as well around the Middle East and Europe. Hopefully we will get a break to stack more at reasonable prices, and then things calm down in a year or so. Yes, it would be nice. Just depends. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a very important election. Good to see Mark Razor is here, watching football, NASCAR, and the Israel war live all at the same time. So he's got a lot going on there, Mark Razor does. Good to see Aaron Ritchie as well. Appreciate you guys being here. We've got Matthew Crestlife and James Sky here. And now the markets have opened, so we're going to see what they're doing out of the gate. Look at this. Silver is down a fraction of a cent right out of the starting gate. And gold is down $3.90. So far in the red here for both metals, only slightly in the Asian markets. It's always interesting to see what happens in the Asian markets because if they are very much disconnected, or at least in part, or mostly disconnected. They're their own thing, but they do tie in, obviously. But that's the movement so far in the East. So we'll see how that plays out. Mo Love is here. Good to see you. And so is Robert Furterer and Annie Oakley and Eric. Good to see you guys. All right. Let's see here. So that's what the markets are doing right now. Down just slightly right out of the starting gate. We're going to refresh these because usually what happens, well, look at this. Silver has now popped into positive territory. That quickly. It went from down a fraction of a cent up 3 cents in a moment. Yes, indeed. So there it is. Gold down negative $2.30. Robert has been good to see you. Thank you. Silver to 35, he says. Yes, I can see that happening. That's my prediction as well by the end of the year. We'll see if we get there. It definitely is very doable. Linda Longley is here. Welcome. And over there, Silver Lightning is here. Good to see you guys. And Two Brother Stacking is here. Good to see Two Brother Stacking. The Brothers in Arms, they have their channel. You should check out their channel as well. And it is October 7th now in the Middle East, as Paul Tissue says. We're keeping an eye on things, see what happens there. As Welk, he and I got in a debate about this video here, and he's been posting a lot of comments, and we've been answering them. We're going to answer this here. Oh man, Jeffrey Jackson, good to see you, my friend. Welcome, sir. Good evening to you. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Go Palladium. Yes, indeed. And Richard Metcalf is here too with us. Thank you so much. And Gordon is back. Good to see you, Gordon. Thank you for joining us here. Good crowd tonight as we peruse the markets. We're going to get back to them in just a moment. But first, I put some fairly controversial video about what silver will never do. And I can say with the utmost confidence that it will never do when I talk about it in this video. But as Welk says, it's all about demand and rarity. It's all about demand, and rarity doesn't matter. That's right. As we've seen with the relationship between platinum and gold, then silver doesn't care about gold's rarity. That's right, it doesn't. It will be about demand, and silver will be more demand than gold because gold doesn't have a real job. Actually, gold's job is to preserve wealth and to adorn and to provide some applications and uses in industry, and it does. And it's now not nearly as much as silver does. It's not as versatile, but it does have great uses. And there are some things that only gold can do that no other metal can do in industry. So that's one thing. It says gold has one job, and that's not true either. Backing up fake money, and that's it. And that is a good job to have. And that is, by the way, a real job. No question about it. Even if that was its only job, it's its real job. And it does indeed have other jobs as well. So let's see here. And but he's got some more. We're going to tackle those in a moment. But one species comments on this video, as Welke greatly disagrees with me on this, but we'll get to that in a moment. And I do appreciate the pushback. I certainly like to be challenged. But let's see here. One species. Well, I really appreciate this video, and I disagree about the reason why there will never be a 1-to-1 ratio. To me, it is because the bankers have to have a system of power and relevance, and by keeping gold as a foundation of money value, they will simply push the price up and really force all banks to keep and hold gold, hold sell price by using manipulation tools and government decree and price manipulation tools to do so when the silver finally breaks free. And I personally believe that silver will break free. But will it break free enough to reach a 1-to-1 with gold? I don't think you can get there if you think it's suppressed by manipulators. And by the way, are cotton futures manipulated? Is corn manipulated? Is oil manipulated? You bet your bottom dollar they are. There's manipulation everywhere. And the manipulation works in both ways. Anyways, I believe this will happen within 5 years. In my humble opinion, it will not be overnight, but in a volley of up and down movement in price because many miners and governments as well as banks really do continue to stockpile silver. I also see gold being purchased by banks, governments, and other institutions as far as tier 1 asset. And it has not been for so long, even for us folks that stack the yellow metal, find it difficult to comprehend fully what that means. It means it's equal to and on par with cash. And actually, somebody I talked about in a video called Tier 1 Plus, where it can pay dividends in some cases within the central banking system. At least in my opinion, I believe the Tier 1 asset designation means they've learned their lesson in 08 and will not stop accumulating for decades to come. And see, that's just it. Because silver is plentiful enough and costly to store, and it's not stored by central banks for that one. That's one of the reasons why they don't do it. And all of its uses as an industrial metal, silver is not a tier 1 asset, nor, by the way, should it be. But I digress. But because they know, well, that's one of the things that they understand that with its diverse use out there, that it's not utilized, as in the same ways and stored in the same ways that gold has been for literally for the longest amount of time. Central banks store gold; they don't store silver. Now let's go back and take a look at the markets again. Look at this, folks. Silver, I believe, is starting a little bit of a breakout session here tonight. up 8 cents already. Now, before you get too excited, this is the beginning of the night, which means that usually at the beginning of the night, the markets move in somewhat of a radical nature, and then they can come back and consolidate, and we may see that happen. But look at this: for the third day in a row, at least so far, gold is going down, silver is going up. And you're probably wondering, what the heck does this mean with regards to the gold to silver ratio? Well, I'll tell you what it means. No, I'll just show you. 82.21. It is quite possible tonight, if we continue on the same path as the evening progresses, we may see the gold to silver ratio narrow to below 82. It may be 81.9 or something like that. We'll see. We'll find out as the evening progresses. We'll see. But it's nice to see that gold to silver ratio narrow. I think silver is undervalued in that regard. But we'll see what happens here. All right, a lot of good folks here. Appreciate you guys joining me here. We're going to keep an eye on this. Silver's now up 12 cents. That's a pretty big jump for a short time. It keeps going up. This is interesting. You know what? I don't usually do this early, but we're going to check the volume of this. You know, let's go over here. Come on now. Pull this up. Oh, I got a piece of, there's something stuck on my screen. Do you see that on my screen? It's right here. It's a little dirt spot. It's right here. Do you see it? It's on my screen. I can't get rid of it. I'm sorry. I should keep my screen clean so you guys don't see a dirty screen. No, it's not what you think it is. It's not showing me the charts yet. Maybe, I don't know why. But, anyways. But there it is. Silver up 12 cents right now. That's a pretty big deal for this amount of time. If it doesn't, it's low volume, says Mark Rader, because I'm not seeing it here. That's what I'm going to check. I'm going to check the volume. All right. We'll be back to that in a moment. Let's see here. JM Unleashed does not see the dirt spot on my screen, and no, hopefully you don't either. That's right. There was a convo in another chat comparing you to others, as you know, as you know, you won. Oh man, well thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. I hope I don't ever disappoint some of you guys, but I think I'm going to be disappointing some of you on this video. But thank you, Tony. I'm very kind of you. Now let's see here. Mal Taoist says here, I have never heard anyone post that gold and silver would reach a 1-to-1 ratio. Many have mentioned a 15-to-1 ratio, historically a 50-to-1. That's about as valuable as I think any of us would expect it to be in the modern era. I'm holding silver because I believe it will be worth $60 an ounce eventually. Well, Mal Taoist, you don't necessarily see videos saying it, although there was one person who did it. That's not used to be part of this community who posted it in another platform. But there are people who believe it, really believe that, and so that's kind of one of those things, and that I'm kind of talking about, and because that has been something that's been talked about in the silver bulls or silver pumpers, I guess you could call them, for quite a number of years, and it gives people unexpected or unrealistic expectations of silver. Michael K says Bix Weir believes 1-to-1. Okay, yeah. And so that's just one example. But anyways, but yeah, there's others I do too, and some people believe it. I've seen it many times in the comments, so I thought I would address it. But thank you, Mal Taoist. Frank Del Monte, don't agree, mate. Central banks bought all the gold, not enough silver. Soon. Well, I appreciate your comment there, but central banks did not buy all the gold, and they only hold about maybe a quarter. I think it's 23% of the gold that's above ground, which is a huge, massive amount. And make no mistake there. But the vast majority of gold is held by, wait for it, slurpers. Slurpers hold all the gold. In other words, people who drink coffee. No, humanity. Humans own the most gold. We have the ultimate power. Yes, indeed. Which is a good thing. Same thing with silver, by the way, too. Hoosier Stacker is here. Welcome, Hoosier Stacker. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you being with me here tonight. And let's see here. We've got here Michael K says, silver, silver, silver. Come on, man. Let's go. Have a great Sunday, people. See you tonight. That's right, Michael. We are here. And oh, yeah, we love it. And let's do a few more, then we'll get back to the markets again. Appreciate you guys. We like to go in between the markets and see what you guys are saying on some of the videos. F37 Metal, fantastic info. I purchased silver because I don't know I don't want to be the last one holding the bag when everything turns to poopy. See what happened to the people after Hurricane Helena. That's right. They have no electricity, food, or clean water. ATMs, ABTs, Bitcoin, credit cards, cell phones, all are worthless at this moment. All the stores are accepting silver in exchange for goods. Now, I did not know about that. I did not know that about the stores, F-37 metal. If you can show me an example of that or email me a story about that, I would love to cover it. One thing's for sure, in an emergency, cash is going to be king at first, like such as in Helena, for sure. But I don't know that even silver will be quite as valuable in that point in time. But yes, but if you can show me an example of several stores taking silver for exchange for goods, let me know. Would love to do a story on it. Carrie Taryn says here on this, never say never, Sal. Well, I just did, sorry, and I'll say never again. It will not happen. If the human race survives long enough, I believe silver will be more valuable than gold because of its usages. That's not why it would be more valuable. And how do you measure value? And even so, I'll give you an example of that. But this world will be way in the future. More likely in the second coming of Jesus will happen, and it won't either. Silver and gold will get you a ticket to heaven. It won't get you a ticket to heaven. I pray for everybody that comes in contact with me and gives thanks for every day I'm blessed with. That's right, exactly. That's right. That's the most important thing for sure. But I will say this, that when you think about it, how do you measure value, right? Yeah, silver has more uses than silver, no question about it. But you know what? Copper is more widely used than silver. And iron is more widely used than copper. Think about that. Think of all the things that involve that. Shouldn't iron be more valuable than silver and gold combined? Because iron is more used. That makes steel and all these other products. Same thing with copper. And by the way, what about water? Water is the most valuable thing, but it is the most abundant thing. Or it's everywhere. And so should it be more valuable? We need it. But you can get it free. Go to a water fountain. Go to any shopping center or what have you. You can find a water fountain pretty much anywhere and everywhere in a park, And if you live in a van down by the river, well, there's a lot of water there that you could scoop up. I wouldn't necessarily drink it but Matt says, what if people around the world started viewing silver as a treasure, the same as gold, and started buying it and holding it? Yep, if more people bought it, the price would go up, and it would be something else. But let's see. All right, look at this, folks. We're still continuing to see the trend line move in this direction, and we are 17 minutes after the hour the markets open. The markets have had a time and a chance to digest where they're at. So silver is doing well tonight, up 11 cents. That's pretty good for a Sunday night market, and there in Asia. And gold continues to fall. It's down $3.10 right now to $2,651.20. So right now we are at 2 days and 17 minutes of both these metals trading in opposite directions to the benefit of silver. That is something else. By the way, platinum is at 3 nines fine in dollars. Look at that, 999. SDP is here. Welcome. Good to see you. The Hawk Shop is checking in with us. Good to see each and every one of you. Glad you are here. Welcome to the live stream here as we watch these markets. Palladium is down $1. Platinum down under $1,000 right now. I've always said anything under $1,000 platinum is a good deal, and I still believe that today more than ever before. All right. Let's get back to these comments, see what folks are saying. Cybercurrent Twitcher. As much as I like gold, I get far more enjoyment from collecting silver than I do gold. I agree. We'll never see the 1-to-1 ratio. Yep. And it's understandable. The thing about it, I will say this. Silver, you can do so much more with it in terms of a variety of finishes and looks and collectability, affordability. And so if you're a collector, yes, silver is definitely one way is more enjoyable because you can get more. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg and 5 toenails to make it happen. Angel Eyes is here. Good to see you. Bill Arrington is with us tonight. Independent Mini United is here. Good to see you. Welcome. Good to see Independent Mini United. Paul Tushy with a thumbs up report of 80. Thank you. Appreciate you guys as we peruse through. We're going to do few more comments and go back to the markets here in just momentarily. Mark Razor, though, has just gifted 5 Salivate Metal memberships from Mark Razor. Thank you, sir. Very kind of you indeed. If you received one of those from Mark Razor, give him a warm thank you. The first act of kindness tonight. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. And Cemetery Shop chimes in and says, it's fair to wonder how much of this alleged crime is just private cash transactions. The government does have a history of lying in order to plunder the wealth of private citizens. That's true, especially these days. This is why people are considered innocent until proven guilty. In theory, but certainly not in fact. Yep, you are right. Very good. All right. Salivate Metal. Is it true individuals who own more gold than nations and financial institutions? Indeed it is. Yep. In fact, stay tuned for tomorrow's video. I discussed that very topic over here. Yes, please watch that video tomorrow, and we'll see here. Welcome. All right, let's see here. And where are we at? Razor Ready says here, Sal, that was a beautiful presentation on the ratio of gold and silver, the supply and demand and recycling and previous values from the past. I now have no clue about the true value of silver, but I hope that someday it does stabilize to a value that everyone can agree on. Yeah, and the thing is that's why value is important. You know, there's different ways to measure value. Its 10,000 uses does make it the most valuable metal on the periodic table, based off of its diversity of uses. But in terms of the price and the value proposition that it holds for you and I, the ounces of silver we have in our stack are not used to conduct electricity. They're used to preserve our wealth. And that's what most people have to understand is how you measure value and what it's used for. It's very integral in a lot of the equipment and stuff and electronics that we use today, for sure. All right. Yeah, Mr. Dreams, good luck. I only know of one place you could find those, and I don't even know if you can get them anymore there, but Kitco sold the Rhodium Dragon coin. It's very expensive, and I don't know if you can even get them anymore. Gold at 2,022 pounds in the United Kingdom, highest it's ever been. Wow, yes, so it is at record highs there in the United Kingdom. And when we look at this here, we can see it's now down $1.90 for gold, and silver's up 15 cents. If we do look at it in British pounds, we can see that it is indeed 2,022 pounds there. And it got up to 2024. Whoa, Tony Erickson just gifted 10 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Thank you, Tony. It's finally working again for him. Thank you. Look at that. The barrage of them went out. Yes, indeed. We had a 9mm shot across the bow from Mark Razor 5, and then a shotgun blast from Tony Erickson of General Gift Memberships. Thanks to both of you guys. Very kind of you indeed. Very good. So looking at British pounds, its high was 2024.32. It's actually pulled back a little bit. That is something else. Wow. Thank you, CCT, for that. And that's just it. And by the way, gold record highs have been made in many other nations around the world long before it did here in the United States in terms of nominal dollars. Real dollars, well, we still have a ways to go yet. All right, so very good. And let's see here, Zephiel on this video about the what silver will ever do to gold. Never seen any silver death statues. They are quite lovely. Love mature silver. Yeah, I have one of those somewhere around here. Don't know where I put it, but yeah, they're pretty cool. Orbitic. So Zephiel will disagree with me completely in some respects. Silver should definitely become more valuable than gold. For example, if it became a fuel source for a fusion reaction or something like that, or was needed in mass quantities for some quantum AI chip production. While these are more outlandish scenarios, something like them could come to pass. Indeed, that's a possibility. But I would venture to say that if something like that were to occur, number one, if it was going to gobble that much silver, it would be impractical. It would never really pass the muster to get to the test because of limited resources. For instance, if the cure for cancer was going to require, all of the, 75 to 80% of the copper in order to create some sort of supercomputer or whatever, I don't know, that would do it. It's highly unlikely that something like that would happen. But and remember, they will recycle a whole lot of silver to make that occur, and there will be a lot of substitution as well that will happen in some other areas. But yes, I can see how that could be something that could be something, but it's so unlikely and that to occur that I just don't think it would be there. But good thinking, definitely some good thinking there. Sell Mortimer Sell has chimed in here on this as we watch these markets pop up here again with 9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. He says that love is pretty valuable. Indeed, it is. In fact, you can't put a price on love. Sitting with Mrs. Mortimer, enjoying the Sunday night opening. It's Sunday night. Turn those machines on. Turn those machines back on. Well, give Mrs. Mortimer a warm hug and a peck on the cheek from Uncle Sal. And thank you so much for your kindness. Very much so. All right. And Tony Erickson says here the government is stepping in North Carolina due to the lithium under the ground. Just watch, BlackRock will step in and buy everything up. Wow. Now that is something. If they condemn certain parts where these deposits are to dig, that might be one motivating factor. Wow, that is something. And we need a lot of lithium, but the lithium is actually fairly cheap compared. I don't even know what lithium is going for by the ounce, but likely it's less than silver. And there's a heck of a lot of that stuff happening now. And by the way, back to, and let's take a look at the markets, because I'm going to get back and respond in kind yet again to what is being said here by Zephiel. Gold is down $1.70 right now to $2,652.60. Silver is up 14 cents, $32.40 right now. Platinum is now broken right past $9.99. It is now $1,000 an ounce, up $1. Palladium up $4. So there it is. All right, we're going to revisit those markets again here soon. But back again to Zephiel, I will say this, that there is a prospect of solid-state silver batteries being developed that will require maybe as much as a kilo of silver per vehicle if they're going to be using those, and maybe even more for other applications. So, but still, even that, and they will mine more of it. There's a lot of mining of silver that's going on, and the technology that will use that silver will also be used and adapted to mine more silver as well too. And there's been a lot of silver mined over the past years here, and I don't know if we've reached peak silver mining yet, but Poland has a lot of reserves as well. So back to as well, it says here that someday gold will be a byproduct of silver mining. That's not going to happen. Primary silver mining is all but gone by the way of the dodo bird. There's very few primary silver mining operations left, because they will be going after the silver first and foremost. They find silver, gold, and copper together. It just depends on which one you want the most. Will determine the primary need for the mine. And Sal is right about this part. It's all about demand. It doesn't matter about the rarity, so don't bring up the rarity of gold to explain the demand for silver. They are not related. That's right. And neither is the demand for water compared to silver, and other things that we need in our everyday lives that you can equate much higher value than silver. And that's it. That's just it. This is why the gold to silver ratio will never be at 1-to-1. For the reasons I've mentioned there. And history is a guide of that. There's only one time, in one instance, for a short period of time, in one small region in the Middle East, in Egypt, where it was 1-to-1, because they just couldn't get the silver there for a period of time. And that was it. That was the only exception in history. Let's see here. Thank you, Wuxi Main. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can. Thank you so much. Tom Larson, Amex Vid today, says it takes 16 years on average for a new mine to go from prospecting to production. Yes, that sounds about right. There's a lot of red tape. There's a lot of bureaucracy. There's a lot of environmental impact, logistics that goes into it. And so if there's as much silver reserves under Poland as they say, 16 years from now, there'll be a lot more demand for silver, and there'll be a lot more silver coming online to meet that demand. And there's mines being developed right now that are mostly where silver is being mined as a byproduct of other metals. By the way, for a lot cheaper, we're talking to the tune of $6, $7, $8, $9 an ounce, depending on what mine it is. Tiger Stacker is here. Good to see you. Tiger Stacker is here with us tonight. Check out his channel. Let's see here. Wow, yeah. So all kinds of PMs and volcanoes. That's true. In fact, I think they even found some in some what is that metal? Oh shoot, I've got it. Rhenium. They found rhenium, that precious metal, in a mine as well too. Crazy. All right. Says FIL 10-to-1 mining ratio would mean silver should be 266. No. That's not what that should mean. They're not related at all, as I mentioned in the video. He says, from what I understand, in the Earth's crust, for every ounce of silver, there's 5.3% gold. This should mean the price should hover around 137 in today's market. No. ZFIL, as I mentioned in the video, they are wholly exclusive, not related in any way, shape, or form. By the way, the mining ratio is anywhere between 6-to-1 and 9-to-1. I think 10 is a little bit above that, but the mining ratio is essentially gives it an account of rarity of how it comes out of the ground. But it has nothing to do with the price. As I've mentioned before, and mentioned in this video, and I even use platinum as an example. Platinum is about 15 times more rare than gold. Yea, though, its price is less than half of the price of gold. And it's been that way for quite some time. Let's see here. Cemetery Shop says gold might never drop to a 1-to-1 ratio with silver, partly because it has never been 1-to-1, except for in ancient Egypt for a brief amount of time. But it has been close to 2.5-to-1 under King Menes in ancient Egypt. Well, I think it was 1-to-1 at that time. If you can get that close, maybe we can narrow it down to 1-to-1 in AD 5200. Never say never. Ready, set, go. Yeah, I think in this market, in this day and age, unless society collapses in certain regions, and there's always going to be exceptions regionally, probably for anything. In fact, even right now, I would be willing to bet there's somebody out there who would not trade you 1 ounce of gold for 1 ounce of silver, and vice versa. So there is that. There are some people who would trade for that. Let's see here. All right, let's get back to the market, shall we? What are they doing now? So we can see they're moderating a bit. Gold is down $2.20 at $2,652.10. Silver is now up 13. It did get up to a high of 15 cents up today. But yes, indeed, there it is. Yeah, let's see here. As we slurp our way through, but there's where the markets are now. Platinum has moved up another $1 to $1,001. It was at 99 earlier, but good to see you guys. Mo Love is here. Ann's 1293. Doc is here. Appreciate you guys being here. We got Dean R is with us tonight. Good to see you, Dean. So there's where the markets rest tonight. Now silver pulling back from its gains, now up 11 cents. So yeah, we're at the bottom of the hour right now, and is this a sign that maybe it has topped out for the morning in the Asian markets? We'll see. We'll find out. We're going to keep an eye on it here. All right, and this video here from William Fender says this. Take advantage of the COMEX's stupidity and keep buying what you can. They have been able to keep silver smashed down by convincing the biggest majority of the world population that silver is worthless. All the while, they use our stupidity to use silver in just about everything we buy. I will keep buying it for as long as they keep manipulating the price down. It's a good idea. It's a good idea no matter what you feel about manipulation or suppression. It's a good idea to have silver in your portfolio. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see here. Let's march ahead here. We've got Robert Gill. Robert Gill says here on this video from this morning, off the subject, saw a YouTube video showing Obama's new mansion in Dubai. Wow, I did not know that. Wonder if Taylor, Gaga, Oprah, Whoopi follow him there. I don't know. One of his probably several places around the world he has. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see here. Let's see here. We got Dave Suber says here, Elon needs to come in and buy a bunch before the price goes up. He needs it for his businesses. You know, he may be doing that behind the scenes. I would not be surprised. He doesn't want to talk up silver too much because he wants to get it cheap, right? Ken Mazel says, Sal, what was the industrial demand for silver in ancient Egypt? How can a comparison be drawn? Well, that's just it. Even without industrial demand in Egypt, even if it was used for money or for decorations or what have you, no matter what the use was for, it was very hard to come by in ancient Egypt. Very hard to come by, for sure. And so the fact that that's why it was at a 1-to-1 ratio with gold. Very good. Bill 457 has just became an honorary citizen on his own accord. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Let's see. Doc and Mick, have a good night, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, some speculate that Elon may actually have ownership in some silver mining operations. I don't know that to be the case for sure or not, but it'll be interesting to find out. I've been trying to get an interview with him, but he won't answer my calls. Let's see here. And Dave Suber says, at 15-1, I'm backing the truck up and moving to Fiji. There you go. Yes, indeed. All right. Four Wheels from Rob says, for the algorithm. He says, silver will remain undervalued until the squeeze on availability is realized. But biggest question for everybody is, what will you do with your silver when it goes to $40, $50, or $60? I guarantee a lot will sell it. They already are at $30+ dollars. I know a lot of people that have told me years ago, once silver hits $30 again, I'm out. And I try to encourage them to stay in, at least for the most part. They should consider staying in silver, maybe sell some of it for profit or to break even on it, but hold on to it. Do not let go of your silver. For the most part, there are exceptions, obviously. But yes, indeed. And all right. Richard Metcalf says, did they Photoshop Chuck's ears on that note? Even crooks are running to the safety of gold. Yes, indeed, they sure are. They're buying gold. All right, as Welk, and as Welk, by the way, is an electrician, and I appreciate his knowledge, but I do question some of his logic here. Let's see here, because he goes on to say this is a very passionate subject for him. A 400 amp circuit breaker has about 180 grams of silver. It's about 5 ounces. There are a lot of 400 amp circuit breakers out there, and the bigger ones use more. Elevators can use a couple 100 ounces of silver, and they're contractors for the big DC motor. When it gets into the bigger stuff, it starts using a lot. I can't think of anything that uses 5 ounces of gold. That's right, probably doesn't. And the circuit breakers are more than 8-to-1. There are thousands and thousands of those 400 amp circuit breakers out there, and there are 0 that have gold in them. When the circuit breaker wears out, the silver is vaporized into the air. There is no recovering it. There might be a small amount left in the circuit breaker when it starts to fail, but that's nothing compared to what it started out with. Well, the thing is, though, as well, my guess is probably most of the circuit breakers are replaced long before they wear out to the point where the silver is vaporized. And my guess is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm probably right, that there's very few of them that would do that, because that would require that silver to burn out very quickly, vaporize very quickly, and wear out to such a point that becomes a fire hazard. And so if they're going to, they can probably replace them long before that, which means that silver will be recycled out of them when they replace them before they get to the point. And so, yeah, let's see here. Silver Canada says here, 2,500 views in 5 hours. Good job, Sal. I'll be sharing this video. Well, thank you. I appreciate you sharing it. I did not get the views I was hoping for the size of my channel, but anyways, sometimes I sit in a public area cafe while listening to you. People in my area will hear you talking about gold and silver, and sometimes I see people perk up and pay attention. Wow. Well, thank you, Silver Canada. I appreciate you doing that. That means a lot that you're sharing these videos in a public area and people hear it. That's cool. Hello, everybody, if you're listening to this live stream. All right, very good. Thank you. That's awesome. You never know. People have told me strange things about where they listen to me, but thank you so much. Let's take a look at the markets again. Silver down 3, and I mean gold down $3, and silver's now up only 4 cents. So it's starting to pull back dramatically here. It was up 15 cents earlier, but yes, indeed, and very good. Glad you guys are here with us tonight. Mark Razor, when silver was at $17, people were saying that it would sell. They would sell at $13. Yep, that's right. I remember that for sure. Yes, indeed. And let's see here. And Spectacular is here. He says, if silver's vaporized and is still on an atomic level, can't we just hire Ant-Man to restore silver to all we need? That's right, we could. And, I understand if that's the case, that silver is not going to be reconstituted, because where do all vapors eventually go? To the ground. They fall to the ground, especially silver vapors, right? Silver is heavier than air, last time I checked. But the thing is that if it's in a big office building, that silver is going to just be probably vacuumed up, or shop vacked up or what have you, with other dust and stuff like that. And that silver will eventually be going into, well, the trash. Where does the trash go? Where does other things, where all that garbage goes? Some of it goes into landfills, which goes back to my original point. If all of that vaporized silver from these elevators and these circuit breakers end up being cleaned out with the dust and stuff in an industrial environment or what have you, it eventually goes into landfills. Landfills are a gold mine for silver. Let me repeat that. Landfills are a gold mine for silver. If silver's price keeps moving north like it is now, they will mine landfills. Make no mistake. There's going to be a lot more silver there and easier to mine than would be from a silver mine or other places. That can and will happen if the price gets high enough. Silver never ever goes away, folks, and that's why I don't buy into the 1-to-1, gold to ratio. The gold to silver ratio. That's what it's going to be someday. Some people are preaching that, but I think that is that's fake news. Sorry, I hate to break it to them, but anyways, let's see here. Oh man, Bill457 had to get a Google card to renew my membership. That's interesting. Wow, I didn't know a Google card existed. I guess maybe a Google Play. Okay, or maybe I see what you're saying. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that, my friend. Yes, indeed. All right, and let's see. And okay, and then he goes on. We got him riled up as Welk on this. But I got to be as realistic about silver as possible. Remember, it's not my truth. It's not your truth we're talking about here. It's the truth. The truth is what matters the most. What is worth more? Gold backing a fake currency, or silver turning the lights on and moving data, energy, or fake money? As silver passed the dollar and will pass gold. It's just a matter of time. Well, sorry, you're conflating two different things, as Welky. Silver will never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, by any measure, pass gold. Gold will always be more valuable than silver. Now, how do you measure a value? Again, I go back to it. Central banks, they store gold, not silver. Military uses a lot more silver. So for military applications, silver is more useful than gold. No question about it. But guess what is more useful than silver and gold? Water. And guess where you can get water free? Go to your local park. Go to your workplace. Go to the sink. Go down by the river. Especially if you live in a van down by there, you can get water free. But water is the most valuable thing for us for life. There's nothing that comes close to water, but it's everywhere. And there's enough silver out there that we're not going to run out of it anytime soon. And but the demand for it is growing. Its versatility is there, and it is the most versatile metal on the planet. If we measure its value by its versatility, it is the most valuable metal on the planet. But you don't measure value all the time by price. You don't. You just don't. And a lot of people, sadly, conflate the two differently. And that's what I'm here to talk about in this video. Because a lot of people have these false expectations that silver is going to go to the moon, and it won't. It's going to continue to go up in price at a steady rate, and it will preserve your wealth. That is the best we can hope for, and that's something to celebrate. Yes, indeed. And Ken is right. Silver is actually used in water filtration. That's for sure. Yep, that's right. Mm-hmm. And let's see here. But thank you as well, and I do appreciate your experience and your knowledge as an electrician. But I think even you would have to admit that those circuit breakers, with those amount of silver in them, all that silver, that's a minuscule amount compared to the amount of silver that's on the planet. All right. Yep. Top 4 necessities for survival: water, food, shelter, and toilet paper. You forgot coffee. Coffee should come before water, as I slurp it because I can attest here. And JM Unleashed must get his priorities straight. Coffee comes before anything else. No, I'm kidding. You're right. Water, food, shelter, and toilet paper. That's right. What about Netflix? Where does Netflix fall in that, JM Unleashed? What about YouTube? What about this YouTube channel? Good grief. What am I, a chopped liver here? I'm not necessary for... I guess not. I guess anyways. Look out. Oh, look out. There's a piano. Oh, never mind. That was just somebody named Lookout Piano here. All right, very good. And thank you, Zephiel. I do appreciate your thoughts on this, too. Zephiel, appreciate it. Yes, indeed. I like to be challenged in some thinking, but I appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Let's do one more before we get to the markets again. Then we'll come back here. We go back and forth. We like to have fun here, too. Tonight, no scammers on Sundays. They usually don't call us, just in case somebody were to ask. The difference between the two metals is necessity and lust. When the reality of needs outweighs those of lust, that is when the ratio will equalize. Thanks, Sal. Interesting, Barry G. All right. Never considered lust in this. All right, very good. Z, I'll sell you some silver, 3K an ounce. All right, there you go. I'm playing with some trying to win Star Privy Eagles and pre-33 gold. Nice. All right. There you go. Thank you, Z. Yeah, we'll have to think about that deal here. Thanks. We have 148 thumbs up. Who knows? Maybe I'm overstating it, or maybe my expectations are unrealistic. But is there any way, shape, or form we can hit 150 thumbs up? I don't know. We have 2 more. I don't know. Let's see here. That's right. Yeah, I agree with you, Zephiel. I think in this market, one could probably say that it would be by most measures, but when you take it into account and adjust it for inflation, it is not. You're right. $137 is not to the moon. All right, very good. And let's see. Shanghai Stock Exchange and Shanghai Stock Exchange are closed today due to a national holiday. Only South Korea is in right now. Thank you, Mr. Dreams. Yes, I wondered I thought that holiday was on Friday, but maybe it is lasting over the weekend. So we're looking at numbers coming in from the South Korean exchange. Thank you. There it is. And it's up 6 cents right now out of Korea. For silver, gold down 250. It was a little more exciting earlier in the night. It was up 15 cents. We got a high of 32.41, and then a pull back to 32.32. Red Crawler with a $1.99 super chat. 10-ounce silver bar from RCM or Sunshine Mint. I have both of those. I probably would take the RCM bar. It's got some security features on it that are nice. They're actually both shaped, I think, exactly the same. But yes, indeed. Let's see here. Very good. And yes, politicians reporting we have 161. One species is still with us tonight. Good to see one species. Appreciate you, sir. Glad you all are here with me tonight. Let's go over here to this. We got Silver Surfer Chick. Is she still here with us tonight? Silver Surfer Chick. If it's $40, then I really need it. I will be happy when I really need it. Yes, there you go. Happy camper she would be. No question about that. And we've got the David McKenzie on this video says the following. Good afternoon, Sal and fellow stackers. The national debt is not getting smaller. It will take more of the fiat dollars to buy precious metals. Indeed, it will, for sure. Inflation rears its ugly head. Yes, indeed, for sure. Silver Surfer Chick is here. Good to see you. And Annie Oakley is still with us. We have some female representation here tonight. Yes, indeed. I'm glad of that. Appreciate you all being here. Salty New York says, I'm going to say it, 40 by year's end. This is not financial advice. Just could as easily be as 20. Yes, that's right. It's a possibility for sure. Count Derpula has just gifted 10 Salivate Metal memberships across the bow. Way to go, Count Derpula. A shotgun blast of those from Count Derpula in effect. If you received one of those from Count Derpula, send him a very warm thank you. That's very kind of you, sir. And Steve LaPointe just is giving us a report with a $2 super chat of 164 likes. Smash a thumbs up. Maybe, yep, it's right underneath the video. You can do it. It does take an exorbitant amount of energy, but I would encourage you to engage with it anyway, because if we can get that number up over 200, that means it'll be more than 100. That's right. In fact, 200 is more than 199. Believe it or not, I learned something from school, and it serves me well in life to know numbers, and that the higher numbers are more up the scale than the lower numbers. That's right. For more wisdom, stay tuned to this channel and knowledge. I'm here to drop it like bombs. Yeah. All right, let's do a few more comments and we'll get back to the markets and see what's happening. We're just hearing what's happening out of South Korea right now. MJD says here, don't want to sell for fiat, in it for the long term. There you go. I'm of the same mindset. North Georgia Prepper says this, and I quote, silver may be up 34% this year, and that is a lot, but it is catching up from underperforming in years past. That's true. That is the feeling of most people do have that same sentiment, myself included. We may see a pullback, but I agree, to $35 silver and $3,100 gold by the end of the year 2024. Okay. It's a very bold gold prediction by the end of the year, by the way. But I think $35 silver is quite a possibility. Let's take a look here now and see what's happening. We have got gold now up $2.80, silver up 6 cents. We're seeing the markets kind of normalize here, it appears. Things are kind of just settling in, I guess, as it were, for gold and silver. And platinum and palladium, too. Platinum is up $2. Palladium is the winner metal of the night. It's up $8. I guess there was a reason why Jeffrey Jackson came in and said, go palladium. It is actually outperforming all the other metals tonight. John Bannon is here. Good to see you. Welcome, THS. All right. Yes, Hurricane Milton. Yes, that is a scary proposition. That's going to be coming through, crossing through Florida, and coming back and whipsawing its way back into the Carolinas. Boy, that could be bad. Point those lasers in the other direction. Get that thing away from us. You know what I mean? Let's see here. The price of rhodium right now. Zephiel. It really very rarely moves on a Sunday night, but it's really just kind of stayed in this area for quite a long time, right around the $4,900 range to $5,200 range for so long. It just kind of just is there, you know what I mean? And I did check, at least on eBay, there are rhodium pamp bars going for double spot price right now. It's insane in the membrane. It's nuts. I really wish I would have gotten a rhodium pamp bar when they first came out, but that would have been, that was when rhodium was starting to climb back up again, well over $2,000. I couldn't score it then. Look out, piano. It is a fairly dull metal. It's because of it's a rare metal, and the market for it is a very tiny niche market. So it can move like crazy. This is one of the reasons why the spread is about over $500 spread between the bid and ask price. And when I went to sell I didn't go to sell my rhodium. I just inquired about selling it. When it was about $30,000 an ounce, they offered to buy it for me for 3 or 4 or 5, maybe even 10% below bid price. They wouldn't even give me a bid price for it, but they would have done it. But anyways. All right. Let's see here. There's where these markets stand now. David Martin chimes in on this silver video that I did about the possibility of silver hitting $40 an ounce. And by the way, I'm not making that prediction by the end of this year, and neither are these folks that I refer here to, but likely next year we could see $40. Very possible that could happen. If you do not feel the market and the Fed will try to rein in silver growth through selling in the paper markets, purely because if they do not, then gold will break the 3K barrier and hold on to the stratosphere. In doing so, the American dollar will lose its reserve status just at the point when the Brinks group push out a currency backed with 20 to 30% gold back. Just a thought from an old skeptic, yes. Well, the Brinks, I think you meant BRICS, they're very far off from being able to back their currency up with gold. In fact, they very well could run into the same problems that Zimbabwe are having now with it. The dollar is really throwing a wrench in all of that. Let's see here. We've got Michael K. says, hello, sound friends. Hope you have a good weekend. Wishing everyone peace and health and prosperity. Thank you, Michael K. Very kind of you, sir. I like that emoticon there. That's cool. It looks like an eagle or something. Sevenator says, well, that would be 58.70 Australian. Yes. There's your $50 silver for sure. 35 is reasonable goal for silver in 2024. I think so, too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But thank you. All right, let's see here. Chris Bustler, good information. Silver is my favorite metal. I really like silver. I appreciate silver now more than ever before, but also have to be realistic about its performance and price. Michael K., nothing like having PMs in your hands. 1,000%. Amen, brother. I'm a big fan of holding it in your hands. Yes, indeed. I certainly agree with that, for sure. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's march on to the next comment, shall we? Get my mouse back here. Thank you, Michael K. Let's put this back there and then move up here to One Species. Says, another measured, accurate, and realistic consideration of many contributing factors regarding metals and price. Thank you. Thank you, One Species. I try to be as realistic and as I try to be as measured as I can in the videos. I'm talking about it, but I don't want to discount the possibility that silver can make a radical move in one direction or another. We've seen it before. We roll with the punches, though, if that were to occur. That's the way we should be. Always be realistic about it. Wasilla Stacker is here. Good to see you. Welcome, Wasilla Stacker. Oh, yeah. We also have Legion 4919. 49er19. Let me get over here. He says this. 40 isn't even far off. I could see it if you said 50. World War III is about to start. You'll see how fast it hits 40 to 44 bucks. But it's not like if you bought it at 25 and sell it for 40, you made a profit. You just keep the buying power of your earnings in most cases. And if you're lucky, it may be a margin of a profit, but the dollar is crap. Yeah, well, we've never seen the modern markets move during a world war before. So all bets are off the table in that regard. Yes, indeed, especially with modern warfare needing a lot of silver. Brian O'Neill, Sal, I keep telling you $50 by the end of this year. I'll do 50 push-ups if it doesn't, or you'd need to if it does hit $50 this year. Well, I tell you what, if you want to make a bet, I'll make a bet with you. I will do 100 push-ups if it doesn't reach $50 by the end of the year, and I'll do 100 push-ups if it reaches $50 by the end of this year. And if you will agree to it, will you pay me $100 via PayPal, friends, and family if it does not reach $50 by the end of this year? Because that's a bet I'm going to win. No question about it. Let's see here. All right, let's see. We've got that Vancouver Stacker. Let me get over here. See what he's got to say on this. Post this. And get back to this. He says here, $40 silver is no big deal. It's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big deal. No question about that. I paid $41 for some of my silver back in 2011. But you got it pretty cheap, depending on the time of year when you bought it. When silver gets to an all-time high of $50 and stays there for a while, then moves up to 60, 70, that will start being a big deal. Well, Vancouver Stacker, I tell you what, your frame of reference for 2011 was an anomaly, just like 1980 was an anomaly. $32 silver is a pretty big deal considering where silver was just last year and the years prior, and it's staying very consistently above $32 for a long enough time that we're starting to see it kind of move in that direction. Got to 33, so $40 is a very big deal since it would happen not with the same circumstances that caused it to rise in 2011. So I disagree with you on that strongly, but thank you for your thoughts, and I do appreciate them. Fred Farkle, somebody call 911. I think Brother Sal is under the influence of something, being so darn happy about silver. Well, when am I not happy about silver? I always stress that no matter what the price of silver is, I have a true appreciation for the metal, for all of its uses, for its wealth preservation attributes that really does weigh in when you average it out in your purchases. Silver is a wealth preservation device and has been proven through the course of the history of the metal. Anyways, the economy is doing just fine, and I'll make the best minority-based female president. Yours truly, Kamala. All right, thank you. All right, pretty funny. All right, Richard Metcalf says, I can say with 99.9% accuracy that silver will hit $40 an ounce. I just wish I knew when. There you go. Yep. Same here. Same here. Nickel Stacking is here. Good to see you. We've got Razor ready. I'm here for the ride and enjoy looking at it. It is what it is. Indeed, that's right, Mark Razor. You were the man. Thank you. BB says, Sal, do you think the price of silver will decline into $20 zone in the future, or that's never going to happen again? Well, with certain price predictions, I will never say never. It's highly unlikely. But the only thing really that I can say with the utmost confidence is that silver will never be at a 1-to-1 price ratio with gold. But as far as where the price of silver could go, there is a slight possibility, and albeit slight possibility, that could hit $20 if there's a massive market crash. We could see that happen. And why would I say that? Because even though we have inflation, the last little market tumble that we saw fairly recently, silver got hit pretty hard. But in March of 2020, silver's price went down under $12 an ounce. I kid you not, under $12 an ounce. And, of course, it recovered very shortly after that. But we could see a situation again that where that occurs, even if it's just a brief amount of time. Paul Tissue. And then we'll look at the markets again. Appreciate you guys sticking with me. Very kind of you to be here. Appreciate it. Paul Tissue, I see no other way to pay back the national debt without either printing more money, which leads to extreme inflation, and by the way, paying that interest as well is something that's going to make it even more difficult to pay back the national debt, and or defaulting on most of the debt leads to a depression or war. Yep, and it's something that's going to have to be done. It's going to be reset, I think, in due course. All right, let's take a look at the markets again. We can see here, silver has now flatlined, folks. Tonight, it is now completely flatlined. Not up or down, 32.26. Gold is now down $4.10. It opened the night up a fraction of a cent, but now it has flattened out, silver has, and this is in specifically the Korean markets from what I understand. All right. Oh, thank you, Dean, sticking with me and to me. All right. Man, it's a sticky situation here, but that's all right. Yes, indeed. It's more than just this seat sticking to my butt from my butt sweat. Yes, indeed. It's you guys, and you're here. Christmas is coming. For THS, that's right. Christmas is coming. Yes. Very, very true. We're awaiting Christmas season. Palladium is up 7, and platinum is up $1 to $1,000 an ounce. Gold to silver ratio is sitting at 82.37 right now. All right. Silver is now just moved back into positive territory, up 1 cent right now. Let's see here. All right, let's just move back over here. See what we've got here with this comment from Tomoko's Enterprise. We love Dean, longtime member of the community, pours his own silver, a great artist. I think he does woodworking as well. He says, at least today, when silver does a little boogie woogie, the whole spot market to freak out and basically shut down. I just got 50 ounces of shot on Friday, and I'm pretty much out as of Sunday lunchtime. My LCS is selling everything I can pour. It's good news, but at the same time bad, as sourcing another 50 to 100 ounces is easier said than done. When 50 goes that fast, I'm thinking our favorite white metal is going to continue to keep going up, up, and up, and up. Yes, indeed. You might want to look into, and you maybe have, into some generic rounds or privately issued rounds. You may be able to get those cheaper than shot, believe it or not, if your furnace can handle them. Let's see here. Very good. And what do we have here? Tony Erickson, do you think that if Trump gets in office, everything will drop? No, I do not. I think there's a good likelihood that gold will continue its ascension, at least to a point. It may rise a little bit less if Trump gets in office, but there are other geopolitical factors that are keeping gold up right now. Silver, I think actually that could actually go up, because if we get the economy rolling again, that means that there's more products, goods, and services, which include electronics and a lot of different things that are going into effect that will continue to demand silver, and we'll probably still see those metals go up as well too. We'll see here. I think that's what's going to happen. Count Derpula, boom shalaka, a $20 super chat. Get your salivate metal 2-ounce round, meow, because the thickness is in limited supplies. Why? Because the Salivation Nation is a part of history. Meow, get you some. Thank you so much, Count Derpula. You're very kind. I appreciate that. And if you want to get one of those, Jam Unleashed has been very kind to post a link to it. If you are down with the thickness, as I am, then check out the link there that Jam Unleashed has posted. There are enough in stock. There's plenty in stock, but hey, once these do run out, I cannot promise that they will order any more. We'll see here. But thank you so much. Appreciate it. Slurp a little bit here for Jesus is King. All right. And yes, and some people have asked me about a 10th ounce gold coin or a 10-ounce coin or a bar. And honestly, I probably won't do those things because the demand for the salivate metal rounds is tepid at best. So I don't think that there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be hankering for a 10-ounce round or bar or a gold piece. But thank you. All right, Welsh Coast Services is here. Adam Franks, good to see all of you guys. Mark Yellowcake is here. 190 likes. We need 10 more to reach 200 tonight. As we peruse our way through here, Elon Trump with some of the numbers where there are as of the posting of his comment. Appreciate that. And Two Brother Stacking says, the best channel on the internet. Whoa. Big thumbs up, Stack on, my friends. Well, Two Brother Stacking, I appreciate that. I'm honored and humbled. I don't feel worthy of your kind words there, but I appreciate it. I hope I don't ever disappoint. But more than likely, I probably will disappoint even the brothers, but I hope not. You guys are awesome. Thank you. You guys check out their channel. They do a great work and talk about the markets as well as give you some really good deals. And they both work in tandem together. It's almost like they're blood related or something. I don't know. I can tell they're blood related because they're brothers. That's right. They're two brothers. And guess what? You'll never guess what these two brothers do. They stack. Indeed. Silver Heights is here with a +1. Thank you so much. And he also put a thumbs up there. He's got both of them. A +1 and a thumbs up. You are awesome. Cemetery Shop would buy a 10-ounce bar. That's cool. All right. Thank you. All right. Well, I don't know. I might look into it. I don't know. We'll see. See what we can do. But I don't know. I probably would want to see I might be kind of curious to look into one just to see, and maybe I'll do a poll, see who would consider buying it. All right, let's see here. All right. As Welk says, if silver was $22 a year ago and it went up $11, that means it's up 50% or 34% if you do it backwards and take 33 and then minus 11, then it's 34. But that's only on the way back down. I see this kind of creative math a lot. Well, when I meant to say, and I think I mentioned in the video that it's up 34% this year, calendar year 2024. You go back from a year ago, it's up more than that. Yeah, it just depends on the two times. And one thing I always say is that, you can pick any two dates for any asset class, including silver, and make it look really good or make it really bad. And let me give you, for instance, Silver was at $50 an ounce in 1980, adjusted for inflation. That's triple-digit silver. And then in March of 2020, silver was below $12 an ounce, adjusted for inflation. Silver was an absolute failure on every measure from those two dates. On the other hand, silver doubled in price from March of 2020 to August of 2020. And so that makes silver, whoa, amazing. It was a great investment. You really came out, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Salivate Metal 10-ounce bar collaboration from the first of Majestic, maybe. Maybe so. Might have to contact those guys. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see what happens there. That would be pretty sweet. Let's see here. All right. Thank you, John Bannon, for being here, captain of this boat. All right. I hope all of your precious metals are not on that boat, by the way. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the markets again, shall we? Just for gits and shiggles. What are they doing now? Silver's now up a nickel. So it's rose up again. It was down flatline for a brief amount of time. Then it's starting to come back up again in the Asian markets. Gold down $3.30. Yes, indeed. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. And yes, that's what it is. Gold down. Platinum is up $1, right at $1,000 flat for platinum right now. 1,000 smackers. If you have an ounce of platinum, it's worth $1,000 right now in the ask price. Palladium is up $7 to $1,045. It's up only $45 more than platinum right now. It's insane in the membrane. And by the way, if you were to buy an ounce of palladium compared to an ounce of platinum, you're going to pay a whole lot more than $45 difference between the two. Mark my words on that. All right, let's see here. Very high premiums on platinum stuff, or palladium stuff. And there's high premiums on platinum stuff, too. $50 Canadian for Christmas 2024 IFG. If, I don't know what IFG stands for. Forgettable, or I don't know. I would say in real life IRL, but that was not what that said. All right. Sing out Louise. 202 likes. All right, we got 202 thumbs up. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. We've reached one goal tonight. Now that we've reached 200 likes, our next goal is 7,423. That's right. That's our next goal. I think we can do it. Now, Annie Oakley has one lonely ounce of platinum. Well, here's my ounce of platinum. I'm trying to kiss your ounce of platinum so it's not lonely, Annie Oakley, but it doesn't seem to be working. Dang it, darn internet. If only we could get our ounces together on a date or something, Annie. Wouldn't that be fun? Zephiel, if silver is up a nickel and that was a World War II nickel, it would still be up $1.82. That's true. That's a good point. You're right. Those war nickels, they got that 35% silver in them. Oh, yeah. Let's get on down to it. And I'm not talking about Electric Avenue. I'm talking about to the bottom of the barrel, some of these comments. We've got Wasilla Stacker chimes in on this video about $694 silver. Yes, indeed. On a video you did recently, you showed some 10-ounce bars in their factory shrink wrap plastic. Yes, I did. Someone commented that plastic on your bars looked tacky and cheap and that it should be removed. Yes, I remember that comment, and I said I'm a tacky guy. He replied to it too, Wasilla Stacker did. And most of the time you will get more money for your bars when you go to sell them if you leave the plastic on. I got a reply back saying I was a liar. Well, they are incorrect in calling you a liar. You're exactly correct. I'm sure you have covered this in the past video, but I cannot find it. What is your opinion on this? Thank you as always, Sal. Well, I wish you were here tonight, Wasilla Stacker. I thought you were on earlier, but I would love to end. Hopefully you will get this. Hopefully you will hear this response. But indeed, it is true. In fact, I even disagreed with a bullion dealer on this one time. I forget who it was, but some bullion dealer said it didn't matter if there was a plastic or if the original assay was not on a gold bar or silver packaging. I think it matters. It's all the difference in the world. You are going to get more because it's going to be immediately recognizable. Hey, this is new in the plastic. Never been touched by human hands. It's in the plastic. Much more preferable than the raw bar. Now, you may not get anything more than it, but you're not going to get anything less than it. And it's going to be more valued. even if you're not compensated for that value. They're more likely to take that in the original plastic than not. Now, one thing I will say about those bars is these bars, and I've got several of them, and I showed them in videos, and you saw that, they don't really do well under a camera. And I'm really seriously thinking about trading those in. But you are exactly right. They are worth more. And I think that for me, I'd rather get something that's in original packaging. I'm an OGP guy, or that's original government packaging, but I'm also an original packaging guy. I like that. But for some of the stuff in the videos, I'm seriously thinking about trading some of those bars in, some of the duplicates in, for smaller, chunkier 10-ounce bars to show in the videos. I don't show those too often, but anyways. All right, let's see here. Adam Franks, I know people who go for the unrefined looking bars and others who want the fancy. Yeah, and it really is up to the individual too, but if you're selling back, which is what Wasilla Stacker is talking about here, those are more desired when you go to sell them anywhere, really, because what can happen if somebody prefers unwrapped, they can just take the plastic off of it and they got a new bar in their possession. You know what I mean? So that's why. I mean, would you rather have a bar that's been factory sealed and you can take the plastic off and enjoy the bar, or would you take one that's already got fingerprints and stuff all over? Probably you would get the one that's got the packaging. A good question, Wasilla Stacker. Very good question. All right, I'm with you. Tucson Bubba. What's up, Steel City Stacker? Good to see you. Silver Scientist is here. Good to see you. Yeah, I usually don't do many songs tonight. There's just too much going on the Market Watch. So maybe we'll do that Tuesday or something like that. Pull out the guitar or something to that effect. And Tucson Bubba. Love Tucson Bubba. I like platinum as a side metal. Yes, that's a good way to look at platinum. That's right. It's pretty cheap with very, very few speculators driving the price up. I don't have an all or nothing mentality, and I still have plenty of gold and silver already. So I don't mind picking up platinum group metals when the price is cheap and the premiums are in the basement. But if you have limited resources, you might want to stick with gold and silver. Of course, do as you please. No skin off my nose. Don't like to tell people what to do. That's right, exactly. Nope, I'm with you. A very good point. It's a way to diversify a little bit. Indeed, you're exactly right. Oh, yeah, let's see here. Oh, yeah, John, I've been slurping. You're late coming here, but in fact, I just slurp right now. All right, let's see here. And we've got DD Prepper says, thumbs up. It's a fantastic week for silver. Yes, indeed it was. We've got Willa 2365. Gold and silver are the only forms of constitutional money in the United States of America. That's exactly right. Very, very true. Yeah, I do too. The 10-ounce bars, I put them in capsules too. But the ones that have the original plastic, I just can't. I don't have it in me to take them out of the original plastic. And if I can find some of those plastic capsules, I will probably do that. Put those in there. It's a good point, Red Crawler. Let's see here. Ron Robert, let the good times roll. There is going to be one heck of a hangover to pay in the end. Indeed, that is true. As Welk says here, the gold people will tell you that it's up 34%, but the silver people tell you that it's up 50%. If it was 22 and then went up 50%, that means it's $33. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to on that, but anyways, if they're going to use solar panels for fencing, then you know you're going to get it back for recycling. Yep, they will recycle those too. That's true. Yep. Let's see here. We've got Armando Reyes. Says here on this, why am I the only one that's ticked off? I don't want to pay $800 for a tube of silver. Don't you people know that this will bring the maple libertads even higher? I think I might be the only one that doesn't want to sell their silver. All right. Yes. Well, there's others too. There's others of us out there that don't want to sell. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, have a good night. Jesus is King. Thanks for popping in tonight. And Cyber Curtain Twitcher is still with us. By the way, CCT posted a great video about a sovereign that he's got from a sovereign nation. That's right. Two Brother Stacking says, we agree with everything you were saying. Thank you, Two Brothers. Appreciate it. And don't ever be shy if you disagree with anything. But I appreciate you saying that and being here, my brother. Matt Bittner with an algorithmic song in his heart. Appreciate that. John Hoddle is here. Kratos Tomatoes is here. Good to see Lidford with us as well tonight. And Honest Value is here. And Silver Lightning says, another quality video. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I try my best. Dang, look at those bricks. You really cornered the market. Yes, indeed. That was fun to have those little silver pieces there. And they show good in the videos. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jam Unleashed, for posting a link there. Cranky Antique Guy here. Yes, the antique look is pretty cool, too, on some of that stuff. I can understand the appeal there. Nighthawk with an algorithmic cup of coffee here as we slurp in his honor. And we get back to the markets. What are they telling us now? They've stabilized up just a couple of cents for silver. Silver was up 15% earlier in the night to 32.41, but it is now up 4 cents, almost a nickel, to 32.29. Gold has never moved up tonight. It has stayed in the red, down $2.30. Yes, indeed. And Angel Eyes is here too with some craving some pancakes with maple syrup. That does sound delicious. Adam Edinger is here from Washington, D.C. Good to see you. Helter Skelter has been suppressed. We don't like that. And Bill 457 is still with us. Appreciate it. And he actually signed up to become a channel member on his own accord tonight. I appreciate that, Bill. He also has his own channel. If you get a chance to check out Bill 457's channel, he does videos on gold and silver and coin collecting, as well as exercise routines. He's a fitness buff. We appreciate him. Yes, indeed. And Tony Erickson wants to avoid eating another egg for a while. You know what? If I eat eggs too fast, you know what happens? I just end up getting egg on my face. And I don't want that. I don't want egg on my face. All right, let's see here. Let's get back to these comments, see what people are saying here. We've got Beach Bum Artist. Beach Bum. Hey, good to see you again. It's been a little while. All right, have a good night. Had to use this PC screen, and it's giving me a headache. All right, no worries, my brother. Sleep well. I hope your head feels better. I'm sorry. Maybe it's not the screen. It could be me giving you that headache. Very well could possibly be. Or it could be Silver Heist. He's in here, too. We'll just blame Silver Heist. You know what I mean? Why not? I just want to pass. I want to have Silver Heist be my patsy, and it's him that gave you that headache, not me. Anyways, I was wondering if you know anything about the BRICS meeting on October 22nd about dumping the dollar, which may change the dollar and silver to gold prices. This may be an October surprise. I hope you do a video on this. Well, you know what? I'm inclined in part not to, Beach Bum, because I did a video about that last year. And more than likely, it's the same kind of talk that we saw last year. If you go to my channel, but I still may do it, because I know there's people talking about it. Alert, Russia says BRICS gold-backed currency coming from a year ago. Watch gold price. Yes, indeed. So this was all the rage back then. And if we see here, just anything we've done on the BRICS. BRICS to create a central bank, what it means for gold. That's something that was from 4 months ago. There was some talk again about that. And we'll see. Is a BRICS currency coming? No gold-backed currency announced coming. However, watch for this. BRICS nations get a boost from gold in this. I've done a lot of videos about it, and it was all the rage. Really, even going back, a couple of years. But yes, indeed. And let's see here. BRICS nations could see dollar as king. But yes, indeed. All right. And we even got the guy, what's his name there? I like that. Watch for BRICS organized gold standard. How it could work. Our major new developments on BRICS currency, not gold. So my guess is probably there's not been much progress since then. But I may have to recapture this, especially since the meeting is coming. So thank you for the reminder of that. Oh, yeah, let's see here. Maybe I'll use Dolly Parton's picture this time, and I don't know. We'll see. All right, and full stack video from Robbie Hollywood. Says, nice, Al. I wish I had started long before I did. I just didn't realize anything about precious metals back in those days. Now I collect metals every chance I get, but now it's almost too expensive. I hear you, brother. I'm with you. I kind of wish I would have started earlier too, but hindsight is always 20/20. But the future is crystal and clear, especially these days. So you're doing the right thing by not only buying precious metals when you can and how you can, but holding on to them as well. Oh, yeah. Matt Bittner with a poopy emoticon. All right, thank you, Matt. I'm not sure if that's a compliment or not, but we'll take it. All right, and let's march ahead here and see what we've got in other ways there. Let's see here. If we press on, let's see what we've got. We've got this comment, and the quarter that turned, it's back on God. All right. I'm glad other people have watched this video because there was some rumor going around that about this quarter and what happened there and what it means. It's like I've tried to squash the rumors for this thing. But this individual, Jeremy McDaniel, says the government turned its back against its own people and are selling out the country to China and elsewhere. New World Order. True that. That's right. Sure is. All right. And yeah, let's see here. Play your guitar if you're not going to sing. Yeah, Steve, usually on Sunday nights it's just too much going on. It's too busy. Maybe at the very end I may pull out the guitar if we have enough time here. But with the markets and everything like that, usually we save that for Tuesdays and Fridays. But we'll see here. Bob Silver, remember in 2011 when silver was $49 and then it went down to $40? I remember thinking, I can't believe silver's so cheap at 40. Now it's 2024 and silver's at 32. Yep, I know. I felt exactly the same way, Bob. I was like, man, this is a dip beyond dips because I thought it was just going to keep going up and up and up, and it didn't. Yes, I remember those days. Armando Reyes, thank you so much. $5 super chat. Says, piss on the dollar. The IRS has taxed us to kingdom come. Tax us through inflation from a tyrannical government, overprinting. Yes, I know, Armando, it burns me up too. It sucks, but we do not want the collapse, though. We do not want to wish for that under any stretch or measure. The best thing we can do, Armando, and you're right, is to prepare ourselves, and that is to keep on stacking, keep on holding on. We're prepared. It's our middle finger to the establishment and to the power brokers in Washington, D.C. and the Fed through inflation. Our middle finger to the Fed is stacking gold and silver. And so I agree with you, but we do not want to wish for a collapse. But yes, indeed. But thank you, brother. I'm with you on everything else. All right, let's see here. And let's see here. Sal, is this coin I should stay away from? The RCM 2025 Year of the Snake Proof half-ounce gold. It's not marked gold or pure, but described as so. It's under spot. Yeah, I would be very wary, especially if it's under spot and it's a brand new coin. I don't know, where are you buying that from, Yankee? Where are you purchasing that coin? Is it from peer-to-peer or some bullion dealer or where? All right, have a good night, Bill Arrington. Thanks for being here. And thank you again, Armando, for your kindness there. Robbie also says here, I'm guessing that's somewhere in the neighborhood of 400K. I've been stacking pretty steadily for the last 3.5 years, and I have not even come close to a tenth of this. Your stack would impress a Pirate King. Well, thank you. Well, I'll tell you what, even if you got close to a tenth of this for the past 3.5 years, that is amazing because this is 30 years of stacking gold. So you're doing very, very well, much better than I was doing for sure. All right, let's see here. From the Royal Canadian Mint. I find it hard to believe that the Royal Canadian Mint would sell gold at spot. That's crazy. Yankee Doodle, can you send me an email to that spot price for something directly from the mint? That seems weird. I hope it's not one of those phishing schemes to make you think it's the mint website, but I don't know. It seems kind of strange. I don't think a mint's ever done that before. Joe Cola, if silver hit $50 in the 1980s, it's a safe assumption that it will hit it again. We the people. Well, yes and no. That was an anomaly, just as 2011 was an anomaly. It is possible that we could see it, but $50 in 2025 or 2026 is much different than $50 in 1980. So think about that as well, too. All right. I'm almost done with this coffee, then I'll put the chaser in. Let's see here. We've got here Dennis Niemeyer, but buy the dips. There you go. He says but the dips, but I think he meant buy the dips. $100 silver in 5 years, says Silver Lover. Wow. Well, you know what? I tell you, that is possible, but I think unlikely, but it would be interesting to see what happens. All right, let's see here, and let's go back here to the markets and see what they're doing. You've got gold now down $2.40. Silver down 4 or up 4 cents. So since the markets are stabilizing there. Very good. All right. Okay. Yankee Doodler. Okay. All right. Very good. I got his math wrong on that. No worries. Vegas Stacker is here. Welcome, Vegas Stacker. Good to see you. Yeah, we are the new Hump Brothers. Yes, indeed. We every time we have physical in our possession, I've got a 2-ounce silver round a coin right here. That 2 ounces has not been in the market since 2015. The silver that I hold in my hand right now that I'm flipping, that you're hearing right now, has not been in the market for almost 10 years. Let that sink in there. Armando Reyes says apparently Ukraine and Israel needs the dollar more than our own people on the East Coast. I hate voting. We get the same old crap from both sides. Armando, I understand. But I would, and thank you again for the super chat, I would encourage you to vote anyway, because it will make a difference. Yes, both parties disappoint us, but I'm telling you, the vote matters more now than ever before, and the changes that are going to need to take place to save the country will be enacted by one candidate as opposed to the other. The other candidate will make it worse, and the alternate candidate knows the trouble we are in and how to get things done. I'll just go ahead and say it. That's Donald Trump. I would encourage you, Armando, to consider voting for Donald Trump. We've got to make our voices heard. The vote is more important now than ever before. And I apologize for those of you who feel differently on that. I respectfully, and I appreciate you for more than willing to speak your mind, or more than able to speak your mind here. This is a free speech zone, absolute. And but yes, indeed. And yes, if you're a citizen, that's right. If you are a citizen of these United States, please definitely vote. All right. Yep, that's right, Zephiel. Yeah, if inflation gets really crazy, $200 silver in 5 years would be a complete reality, especially when a soda could cost $8. That's right, exactly. All right, very good. Okay, yeah. Armando, typically on Sunday nights we don't do push-ups, but we'll make an exception just because it gets crazy here. But thank you. Let me do them for you anyway, though, Armando. But that's why I didn't do them before. But we'll give you a 15. But thank you for your support. Let me do that for you right now. And oh man, a Tucson Bubba for Sal's Coffee Fund. I'm going to give him a slurp after this. So let's get 15 push-ups for Armando. Thank you, my brother. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that so much. All right. Very, very good. Yeah, let's see here. So, Armando, thank you, my brother, and I appreciate you, sir. And there's for the great Tucson Bubba. And make no mistake, I and many others share your frustration, Armando. We definitely share your frustrations. Yes, indeed. And there you go. So here we have the precious metal markets. Gold is the only metal that's down tonight, down $2.60. Silver is now up 4 cents, almost a nickel. It's pretty much leveled out here, but there it is. And platinum is up $1, palladium up 7. It stayed fairly stable throughout this. Yes, indeed. And let's see where we are at as we press forward. We've got as Welk chiming on this video. He's really fired up about this. And let's see what he's got to say. You can go 3 minutes without oxygen, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and 3 months without hope. That are your most important items for survival. Silver will purify water and purify air. If you use silver forks to eat, it will help your food be cleaner as well. If it makes you smile, you will make it past 3 months. Yes, that's true. Silver can do all those things. It can help aid those things and enhance them. But when it all boils down to it, how much is water per ounce, or how much is water per gallon compared to an ounce of silver? And what kind of situations can we find ourselves in where you would be willing to pay a whole heck of a lot more for that water than you would for silver, even if it's not refined by silver? So that is the thing we have to think about. There was an old Twilight Zone that talked about that as well too. A guy goes through the desert. He's got has these gold bars and tries to get away, and he loses everything he's got, and he's on the street thirsty, and he goes by, and somebody comes by, and he says, "I don't have anything. Please give me some water. All I have is this gold bar." And even with the gold bar, something he couldn't even use the gold bar to get the water, or something like that. Very good. Let's see here. Rhodium backed currency. Yeah. I think, in a sense, rhodium is almost too rare for that to happen. Okay, have a good night, Tony Erickson. When is your surgery? We'll be praying for you. I know you got big surgery coming up. Man, hang in there, brother. You've been through a lot. Appreciate you, my friend. Have a good night. Tony Erickson, you were the man. All right, we've got Mark Williams says, Russia is buying up silver now. Sal, what do you think the prices will do here in the U.S. if this is true? Great show, thanks. Yeah, I've heard that they were buying some silver as well. I don't know how much silver they are buying, but I think it's just another, I don't know, just depending on how much it is. I don't know where they're getting it, but it may not be quite enough to move the needle too much, but it may contribute to it. Just depends on how much it is. I really don't know exactly. Neil Farrar says, 7th of October now, this is probably the day Israel responds. I don't know. See, the anniversaries, that's what usually the Islamists use for attacks on anniversaries. And I don't know that Israel will necessarily pick that day. In fact, Iran may be expecting it because for that very reason, which means that they may likely not attack on the 7th of October. But I could be wrong. You never know. They're going to do it in their own timing and probably be a surprise. All right, let's see here. We finished our coffee. We have our chaser in here. Illegal Products is here. Welcome, Illegal Products. Good to see you. All right. Let's refresh these. Do a few more comments and we'll get down into the... we might just have 2 comments to do. Lost in Space. I'm currently buying titanium and lots of it. Interesting. Wow. Lost in Space... if you get a chance, if you like titanium, if you go to my channel and you go to the search function and type titanium in the search bar there, you're going to see the American Silver Eagle made of titanium. You might get a kick out of that one. But also, I did a video on a 1 kilo titanium bar. I still have that bar somewhere. So I hope you will check that out. That was from 8 years ago. Yes, indeed. And let's see here. We've got this from Lloyd Devine. Before we get to that, let's say hello to Born Hunting. Born Hunting sent a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Ukrainians do not get the money that we sent. It comes back home to some pockets. Yes, there's not much accountability where that money is going. And I know some of it is going to pay for weapons, and those weapons are being built here in America and the like, but there's a lot more money that's going to other things that we don't know. And many people speculate that that's going back into Congress people's pockets. And that's a not a good thing. Thank you, Jay Monlease. Posted a link to the Silver Eagle made of titanium video. Thank you so much for that. And good to see Long Live Coins is here too. Welcome. Welcome, Long Live Coins. And thank you again, Born Hunting. You're exactly right. I fear that's probably what's happening too. And there really should be more accountability where that money is going. And by the way, we're spending too much money there. More than I think the Marine budget, per annual Marine budget is crazy. You're right. Very good. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's get over here. Lloyd Devine says this: Israel has no gold and silver mines. That's right. I don't think they do. I don't think they have a single one. Of course, they have their territory is highly coveted, because they're about the size of New Jersey. You have to pay taxes on it. Now they want to make its possession illegal. What do you think of it? Well, I'm glad you asked, Lloyd Devine. I'm glad you asked that question. Why? Because, I did a video on that very subject that not a lot of people saw, but if you ever want to know what I think about a subject, more than likely because of the algorithm, you didn't see the video. But all you have to do is go over to my channel, and if you go and to the search function and type Israel, it may not show up because I don't think I titled it there, other than there are some videos that I've got on Israel, but that's not it. But let me see. Let me just go to my videos. If you go to my videos and you go to the latest ones and you go down here, what is the title of it? Let me show you where this thing is. I forget the title of it. Where is it here? Oh, this nation wants to limit gold and silver ownership. I might even change that to Israel wants to limit gold and silver ownership. But that's it. This nation wants to limit gold and silver ownership. That's the video you want to see here. So I hope you will watch that. I'm going to probably change that to Israel so you can search it. All right. Very good. Let's see. Let's refresh these one more time here. See what we've got. We've caught up. Let's see if there's anything here. All right, we've got this. And I'm going to respond to these comments. Take a picture of your morning dump and let's talk about that. Okay, well, dirty dog, that's very dirty. And that may be what you do in your channel, but that's not what I do in my channel. Let's see here. Charlie Chaplin speaks. Let's see here. This video would get a lot more views if you talked about your fecal matter that was extracted this morning. There we go. All right. And let's see here. So we approve that comment, but more than likely it's not going to show up. Let's see, if you think this is the best channel, then your standards are really low. This is Jeffrey Hill. All right. And let's see, Jeffrey Hill. No content on his channel. Okay. Nothing there. Just a kind of a troll. But anyways. John, and then John Morgan here on this. See, watch me go over here. Oh, it did show there. Okay, let's see here. What to do? Let's see here. What should I respond to this guy? I'll pick the most clever response to this guy. I'm surprised it actually came through, but tell me what I should say to this guy here on this comment. Thank you, politician. We got to have fun. Standards are extremely low. Thank you, Justin A. Appreciate it. This is the one of the things I appreciate you guys' low standards for liking the channel. You guys are awesome. And my name is Nobody. Welcome, waving to us. Thank you. Oh, thank you, THS. So you guys, what should I type to Dirty Dog's comment? And if you could type Dirty Dog before the response, we'll see. I'll pick the best one. Let's see here. We'll have a little bit of fun here. And while we wait for that, we'll take a look at the markets. That's right. There you go. You fight trolling with trolling. That's kind of what my feeling is too. Look out, piano. I like to troll them back. And let's see here. All right, a gold down $2.60. Silver's now only up 1 shiny red cent now. That's it. Dirty Dog is a dirty dog. There we go. All right. Let's see here. Dirty Dog, reply. It looks funnier than a monkey with a wooden leg trying to kick the seeds out of a watermelon. Oh, I like that. I will keep that in strong consideration. We'll see if anybody else has anything else. You would, but the lighting in your mom's bathroom is terrible. Oh, Dax, I like that one. That's good. That's good. You always put your mom in. If I can get a chance to do that, to enter somebody's mom, that do an insult, I like that. That's it. They're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. I like that, John Knox. All right, very good. Can't go wrong with a good mom joke. I think I like your response, JM Unleashed, but I got to go with the mom thing. I hope you don't mind. Let's see here. I'm going to go with this one. But that is good, JM. If he responds even soon, that was from 13 minutes ago, so we'll do this one there. All right. Let's see here. Very good. All right, very good. Let's see here. I like that. Okay. Let's see here. All right, very good. Born hunting in 2004, 80% of Ukrainian gold left Ukraine from Kyiv in 2 airplanes and landed in Washington, D.C. Wow, yep. And I can believe that. Why? Because that was when Russia took over Ukraine. I mean, Crimea. They took over Crimea. And maybe they thought they were going to continue and thought, well, it was not safe to have their gold there. So they moved it to into D.C. But probably it went to D.C. then went to New York. All right, very good. There's Lloyd Devine. Lloyd Devine, I'm glad you're here, Lloyd. So did you see my response to the comment? I'm going to change the title, but if you go down here, this is the video Lloyd Devine where I did a report on this. This nation wants to limit gold and silver ownership. That's the one. That's the one. You know, in fact, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and change that title right now. Offline here, if I can find it. Bear with me. All right. Israel. And I spelled that right, hopefully. Now let's refresh this. And when we refresh that, we see Israel wants to limit gold and silver ownership. So there it is. So that way it can be searched. All right. Okay. Silver Hair Stacker is here. Good to see you. Welcome. Zephyrus Alive is here. Welcome, Zephyrus. Zephyrus. Why am I having trouble saying that tonight? All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Let's get back to the comments. Let's see if there's anything else that's popped in here tonight. And, right. Starting 2 hours ago, the bombs will start flying. Really? Wow. Did they start attacking? Let me see here. Let's see here. I don't see anything. Israel prepares retaliation to Iran's missile barrage developing. All right. That's from the Drudge. See if Fox News has anything on it. Nothing here about it. Let's see here. Israel Defense Minister sends a warning as nation readies for response to attack from Iran. So they may be on the cusp. It could happen. It could happen any moment. Oh, thank you. Jay Monlease has posted a link to the video. Israel wants to limit gold and silver ownership. Thank you for that. Thank you. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, very good. Let's take a look at the markets again here tonight. Oh, look at this. For the first time tonight, silver is down. But it could go right back up again if this attack occurs. If Israel responds in this attack, then we could see gold and silver both go up. Silver is down 3 cents for the first time tonight, 32.23. Gold is down $3.90. Platinum is now down $1 to $998. And we have palladium up $6 now instead of $7. So there's where the markets are now. It is something else for sure. Okay, let's see here. Where are we at? And Israel has lit up Lebanon again. I heard about that. I think that happened earlier. There's also an AI video that shows massive explosions. It looks very real, but it turns out it was an AI video that was done on it. But there's where the markets are tonight. Here at this late hour, they are down across the board, save for palladium. I had high hopes that silver was going to stay in the green tonight. It did not. Crazy. All right, let's see here. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Annie Oakley. I appreciate you so much. All right, have a good night, Annie Oakley. Enjoy your walk with the dogs. And with that being said, I think we've come close to the end here tonight, too. You guys are amazing, and I appreciate you taking the time to be here. We're going to be back here on Tuesday night as well as we peruse the comments and what you guys are saying. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you so much. So I'm going to leave you with this sage piece of advice, and that is to keep your feet on the stars and keep reaching for the ground. And we will see you on Tuesday. Make sure to stay tuned for tomorrow's video, too. Very important. Take care, all. Have a good night.